call the main stage that entrepreneurs want to get to, because this is what makes them the millionaire, is when they've got what's called product market fit.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
Can
Wow,
give you...
that would be very helpful for me. I didn't know that even mentors and coaches existed back then, you know. I barely find out what marketing, the definition of marketing. I find coaching and mentorship way long in my career. Actually, when I find coaching and mentorship, it was when after I managed my property business that was going off the pilot, and then I have time and money. Then is when I start to going to events and wow, these people are business coach. Wow, they're meant. Wow, this is really so happy to do this because I cannot have to do it by myself. So I didn't even know that it was a mentorship or people like you. Can you mind if I knew that people like you existed? I just didn't know. It's that's the truth. We would have become an entrepreneur by accident, like most of every one of them. Now the challenge that I have with Simon with the entrepreneurs, and it's very difficult to get them out of this mindset, and that's it. They collapse. The company doesn't go forward. Is out of the product mindset. So there is a false misconception that the entrepreneur, they put 80%, it's a rule of 80-20, they put 80% of the money and in developing this great product, yeah, like me with the restaurant. Well, I actually put 100% of the money, but anyway, let's say 80% of the money in creating that product, because the product is not good, nobody's gonna buy it. And now they have very little resources, 10% of the money, 5% of the money to show the product to the market to see if they want to buy. And they say, well, this is all companies, that's how much they spend in marketing, 20%, 50%. And I'm like, no, they spend that now, because now customers is not a problem for them, because they already have the process and system to acquire those clients. And that's why the marketing and whatever it costs, and advertising, whatever it could be 20%, still I think it's low, but anyway, let's for illustration purposes. But when you're starting a business, it's called minimum viable product for a reason. M. What is this M? You know, everybody forget about this M. So you create something minimum, and in my opinion, Simon, you get 80% of these resources that you have, whether time, money, whatever, to show to clients to see if they want to buy, in what form they want to buy, and everything. But I don't know, Simon, in your experience, what you find with a founder. But to me, I don't know, maybe all come to me, but everybody coming with this mindset, and it's almost impossible to get out of this mindset, to the point that I say, Harry, we don't like your advice. We are gonna look for somebody else. I said, you can look for somebody to tell you what you wanna hear is not going to work. It doesn't work. So Simon, if I give you $100, okay, in your experience, you do have more experience than me as a business coach. If I give you $100, yeah, as an illustration person, how much of this $100 you will use in product development, creating that prototype, and how much of this $100 you will use it to show it to people to see if they like the product, in what kind of product, and if they're gonna buy, because that costs money. People think that this doesn't cost money. Well, that costs money and cost time in the same way of developing the product. So how you do it, Simon?
Okay, so first of all, I wouldn't use any of the money.
Wow, I like this one.
Without using
you will
any
keep the whole 100%.
And I would keep the 100. I would keep all of the money.
Very good.
Until I know I'm going to be a millionaire.
Wow.
So
this
is how you do it. This is how you do it. So it wasn't always this easy. It's actually a lot easier nowadays, because we have some incredible things out there that can help us. There's this thing called AI, and there's this thing called the internet. And these two things are basically free. They don't cost us money. And customers go to places like the internet to look at things and to buy things and
to tell you what they like and what they don't like.
To tell you what. So they're all there. Now you don't have to spend any money now to find out if you've got a business idea people want. So no money, first of all. Before you build anything, don't build anything, right? So what you do is you say, I've got this idea. So let's say I want to open up a bike shop instead of a restaurant in my local main street, high street, wherever I'm based. And I'm thinking, well, that's going to cost a lot of money. You know, I've got to get the premises and I've got to get stock and I've got to go. No, don't spend. Well, you couldn't spend 100 to do that anyway. But you can spend 0 and find out if this bike shop's a good idea. So what you would do is you would, well, like any shop or store, location's quite important for customers, because now you have to think about customers. Who are your customers? So who is it serving? What problem is it solving? So there's
how convenient it is. How many bikes
in technical terms, feasible, viable, desirable. So there's these 3 circles that have to intersect, but it's all around customers and whether you can actually do it. So now I can go, well, actually I want to open up the shop in somewhere in North London. So I can do a little bit of research. It's not costing me any money. I can ask my AI about all the shops, the stores that are available there. I can ask it to find me what customer profiles, what sort of customers go and buy bicycles or in shops, and it'll tell me there's consumers, there's people that cycle to work, there's eco-friendly, commuters I meant. There's
what type of bikes they're more likely to buy.
So I can do all of this, and then I can ask it to create me, because it can do that now. I mean, I did some Claude yesterday, one of the AIs. I asked it to create a website for me, not for a bike store, but it's my bike store. And then you say, and with it, I'd like a wait list. And when people click on there, if they're interested in a new bike store in my area, give us your information. We'll
even
update.
You can have it online first, so you don't have to. You save the money for the rent.
and then you can ask it to produce pictures. So you can do it online, what the bike store is going to have, what it's going to stock, and it's cost you nothing. I haven't spent your $100, £100 yet. I've spent nothing, right?
Exactly.
And I've gone onto the internet and I've collected, and if I can't get anybody interested in my local area for a bike store, why would I spend all my money if I can't do it? It's not for me. Maybe it's a good idea, but it's not. So I can do all. So I wouldn't spend anything. And then I would, and then I might say, well, let's do a version of this. So like in the minimum viable product, I might do this as a pop-up. I might find somebody
very good. That's a very good idea of minimum viable product. Yeah.
Because I've now shown that there's interest. So for my wait list, I brought them into my pop-up.
Maybe you can have a stock of 1,000 bikes. Yep. You only have 10 or 15 in your pop-up store, but then you can have the rest in whatever, and then people order online and you deliver, so you don't pay space, you don't pay anything. It's a lot of.
You've got people, so you're just testing, you're so you're spending very little. And
before you launch, exactly like you say.
And then if you find this is what you want to pay for, then you go out and then you start spending your money. You go from testing, so you go from validating your idea through to your minimum viable product, through to what we call the main stage that entrepreneurs want to get to, because this is what makes them the millionaire, is when they've got what's called product market fit. A market wants exactly what
with
you're
the product,
selling,
and then you sell the
then-
million, which
then
is you will
then-
sell your million, like what this whole podcast is about.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.